Hi, my name is Mike Montgomery, and today we're going to be building this desk made out of all 2x construction material and the Ux4 on Modern Builds. So I started with one 8-foot 2x12 and cut that in half. This is going to make our tabletop. Now, as you know, construction lumber usually isn't perfect, so I ran it through the planer because it had a little bit of a cup to it. Then I ran one edge on each of the 2x12s through the table saw to knock off the rounded corner, as well as to give me a 90-degree edge to join with. Then I marked and cut biscuits to add a little bit of extra strength, and once I test fitted it and it looks great, I went ahead and glued it all up. Now that my tabletop was drying, I needed to cut my 2x4s for the legs. So I found the angle of the Ux4, which was about 15 degrees, and I set that on the miter saw, and then cut my legs. I cut them at 30 inches. That's a pretty standard height for a desk, but if you're taller or shorter, you can adjust it. Next, I just sanded my legs, and by the time I was done with that, my glue up had dried. Now when I cut my 2x12 in half for the tabletop, it wasn't perfectly in half, so I needed to square up my tabletop, and I did that by using an edge guide and a circular saw. And now that it was square, I could sand it to 220 grit, the same as the legs. Now like I said earlier in the video, I'm going to be using a product called the Ux4 to connect my legs to the base, and essentially what it is a metal bracket that you can connect to any tabletop and use 2x4s as table legs. This is really cool because it makes making a table or a desk really simple for someone that may not have a ton of experience. Not to mention, a set of Ux4s is going to cost a lot less than, say, a set of metal hairpin legs. So that's really cool. And if you want any more information on these, check the description and I'll set a link to it. And now that I had all the legs attached, all I had to do was put on a finish. I'm using a natural Danish oil by Ux4. I've used this in the past and I really like it because it soaks into the wood and hardens, unlike a polyurethane that sits on top of the wood. So that way when you touch the wood, you're actually touching wood, not a coating on top of it. So when I was planning on building this, I needed a small desk that could fit a computer great, and this is exactly what it is. There's not a ton of extra room, but I don't really need a lot of extra room or have the space for it, so this is perfect for me. So this was a really cool project for me, and this desk leaves a lot of room for adjustment. I'm a pretty tall person, I'm about 6'1", so my legs were 30 inches long, but if you're shorter, you may want to shorten them a little bit. Also, you can make this whole tabletop longer by simply getting a bigger 2x12. I got an 8-foot one, but they sell 10 and 12 footers, so you can make a long desk if that's what fits your space. Now, if y'all like this project and you want to see more things like it, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. That lets me know what y'all are into and what you might want to see next. Also, if you've got any questions about this, leave me a comment and I'll be sure to get to it. Also, if this is your first time on my channel, I want to say welcome and subscribe because I put out a new project video every week and you'll definitely want to stick around and check those out. If you want to see what I'm up to throughout the week, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. That is my social media of choice and where I post most often. So thanks again guys for watching. If you're going to build one of these for yourself, don't forget to check out the written article. It's going to have all of the plans as well as material supplies and a written article to go along with the video. Don't forget to check out the description for more information on the Ux4, and we'll see you next week on Modern Builds.